Hi everyone, welcome to another video in this channel, and today we will talk about APIs. Well, we all know that if you want to use OpenAI models, the Claude models, all this comes with an upfront cost. So these models are not free to use. We have to pay some amount as an upfront cost. Now, what if I tell you that there are different alternatives to use these LLMs or different LLMs apart from OpenAI or Claude, and all are free? Yes, all are free. You can use n number of LLMs which are frontier models of their own, and you don't have to pay a single dime. Yes, so in this video I will show you step-by-step process, not one but three different ways or three different platforms where you can extract APIs and utilize these LLMs, n number of LLMs, uh, in either in your experiments, in your VS Code, or even building N8N automations. So what do you think? I think it's going to be a very interesting video, and at the end of the day you will see that you have a kitty of multiple LLMs with you, apart from GPT models. And I will also show you that how to use even the OpenAI models for free. So let's dive in. Okay, guys, the first thing what I would like to discuss is about Google itself. Now, we all know I'm not going to do what Google LLMs are good at, but Google LLMs are free. Free, they have a monthly quota for every month, and once you exhaust that, it will not be free. You'll not be able to use. But trust me, the amount of usage that you will be doing, it would be more than enough on that. So first thing, we'll start looking into how to extract Google APIs. Now, the Gemini APIs are, I mean, it's always Google APIs are always whatever Google do to access and all those things. It's very little topsy turvy. So we'll go and see how to explore on that. So what you have to do is, you know, so I am on my VS Code, and we'll see about Google API. So what you can do is just click on uh, yeah, just type in. I'll put it in the chat itself, but you just type in this. Go to Gemini API and Google AI for developers, and this is where you come into a developer window of Gemini API. Now, first thing is if you are doing for the first time, please log in. And there is a set of you have to create a project for you, and I have covered that in my previous videos. Please look into it, how to do it. So this is one, the developer window, or you can actually do it with Google AI Studio. Both are same. You can do it from here, or if we just traverse in here, API keys are available. So we can, if you see, get API keys, and here also in AI Studio, what happens is you can actually test run. What I mean by that, you can test anything. What is AI plateauing, and run, and it's like a workbench playground where you can look into which models to use. You can choose your nano banana. You can play around with temperature. You can play around with top P. We will cover in our next few videos what are these things, the parameters. But what you have to go is, you see, get API key, uh, create an API key. I have few, but I'll show you. Name a key. So API test. We'll just name it as API test. Now you have to select a project. As I said, you have to select a project. I have few projects created, but you can actually create a new project to show you. If your first time don't have any projects, so let's say testing, and create project. Once you are done, you have to choose from the projects, and we can see our testing project is available, and you create the key. it will showcase. So I can see testing is available. You just copy from here, copy API key. That's it. You have a API key copied now. It depends on where you want to put it, whether it's N8N or on your VS Code, your notebook. That's up to you. I'll show you now on the VS Code because I'm considering more into the LLM engineering part of it today. So we'll go here now. If you are building something, right? Now imagine I have to download few packages. So this is the package that you have to use. Now this is more into the building of applications. How you want to go for. So this is VS Code. Um, pip install, do this. Then you paste your uh, API key here, so that you initiate as Google API key. So then you call on this, and then this is here. You have a code that says client can be the name, anything, maybe Google. And since you're calling from Google, import Gemini, you call Gemini dot client, and you specify API key equals to the API key that you paste it. Or you can pull it, paste it straight away, API key equals to that key, or you specify this variable. And then it is a small code that response equals to client dot models and generate models. And here we are specifying which model, and this is where the content or the prompt that we are passing. Once the prompt is here, we can run. But let me give better on this. I actually ran this one, but I want to show you beautifully what is coming in. And as you know, we will do display. We have seen this earlier also in our earlier videos, and we'll go with markdown, and then we will do response dot text. It will take some time, and it will say what is AI plateauing. And if you see, we used all these keys, and this is your dashboard for all the studio, the chat stream, all these things you can use. This is the Google AI Studio, and this is also, you can get it from here. So Google is little, you do, and good thing is that from here you can explore what are the different models that are available and their specific keys that you want to, or the code specify, right? So one API key for all. So you got Gemini, you can have Vio, Laria, everything. You can check what your rate limit and pricing also, in case you are exhausted with the available credits that they have given. Let's go back. And okay, I have an error. Display markdown. Okay, my bad. I think the name is not defined. This is the actual one. I will just run again, and it should give us beautifully in markdown format the output. So that's all about Gemini. uh, Please do remember, again, I want to specify that you have to create a new project like that if it is the first time. So please do that. And here we are getting the same output, almost similar to what we got in the playground. So that's it for Google. So we'll see next, which is Grok. Now this is GROQ and not GROK. Now if you remember GROK, Grok is actually part of uh, Elon Musk's XAI LLM. Now that's an LLM. GROQ is a platform where you can actually inference LLM models. What I about know inferencing? Now there are two parts of LLM. One is LLM training, one is LLM inferencing. Now, in LLM training, you build an LLM inference. So these are all inferencing that we are doing. We are not building any models, right? So we are just doing inferencing out of it. So we'll go to Grok website. This is what Grok says. This is the platform. They have an LPU. That means you are using like all the GPUs. So Grok helps us or provides us with the uh, GPU to us, like how Nvidia provides. And good thing is that along with that, they have the open source model available to us. For example, we have seen earlier that we can use uh, our models all open, using Olama. So, but the point about Olama is that it is always in our local, and pulling those models of Olama would be very tough for uh, creating any product. And moreover, if I have to inference from heavy models, right, it would be tough because the inferencing in my local takes a lot of time. Let's say, for example, and I would like to introduce you, and you have already heard the news about uh, OpenAI releasing their GPT-4 model as GPT-OSS as free and open source. So let's say, for example, it has two variants. One is 20 billion model and one is 120 billion model. Now those are like, what, 20 billion model is around 20 GB, and the 120 is huge on that. So downloading that and inferencing using Olama is like, you would cry on that. So what we will do, we can use Groq and use this as a free open source model. Now, how do I get this API, right? Again, Grok has a playground. You can go to console.playground, and here you come. Same way, what we saw in our Gemini. You can type in what is this, what is that, and you get all these things. Now, see, I am specifying, I want to use GPT OS 20 billion model. I can specify all these that are free models, like the Llama model, uh, and this is what I was telling you. See, it is showing per day, and all these things are available. The 20 billion, 120 billion Whisper is a speech model that is from OpenAI. It is also free, and these are the, so we can choose from here and run. But again, we will go here and we'll go to Grok. You okay? Before that, I just have to show you, and this is what the API keys. You go here, create your API key, name it Grok testing, submit. It will give you a API key. Copy that and paste it anywhere in your N8N or in your playground or in our VS Code. So I have added Grok over here. Now see, in order to run this, I have to call this package called Grok. So from Grok, import Grok, and the client is the API key that we have added. These are the models. Now, once we run, these are the available. So we have in our kitty, as I said, 21 models. That also includes the OpenAI models. So it's 20 billion models and 120 billion model. Okay, along with Llama, all these things. DeepSeek is available. So you are not using OpenAI. I told you at the beginning that we will use GPT models. Yes. So uh, let's just see the model training. Let's say prompt on this client object with no completion. Okay, my bad. Client is here. It's good. We always need to debug all this, right? Completion. Let's run this. Sometimes what happens, if you don't run, you will not get it. So again, let's see, coding, and great. So you see, my god, it has given such a nice way on this. If you see, we are using GPT OS 20 billion. It's so fast that it gave us. Imagine if we were using Olama, I would not get this fast. So it's just 2.1 seconds, and the response so nicely, because we have given the markdown. That's why it's giving nicely. And it has given table, it has given libraries nicely, some codes, vibe in culture. Awesome. So this is what the second part is, the Grok. And you have so many models, but you have seen 21. You can also use Whisper models, and just explore which model you want to use, right? And we'll move to the third piece, which is OpenRouter. And OpenRouter is not inferencing or anything. OpenRouter, you can say it is a marketplace for LLMs, and it is taking everything by storm. Trust me on that. Everybody likes OpenAI, OpenRouter, because what is happening is, you can bring your own models or own APIs, and also use the free. So, for example, what I mean by that, let's say you have an OpenAI API key, you can bring in and add that API key over here, and you can utilize anywhere, just calling OpenRouter instead of calling anything else. So we have all these model zoo, or you can see there are around 531 models. Not all are free, because here the cost says, and these are all Anthropic or DeepSeek and all these things. It will also specify which are free models. Let's say if I type in free, and it says I have, it's free DeepSeek is free. All these are free models that we can utilize, and trust me, there are a lot, around 55 models that are free for us. So let's test about Groq, right? We can chat over here, by the way, just like how we did. Test over here, build anything. You can build 2D games, 3D games, build images. That go up Grok's possibilities. But again, what we'll do is we'll go to our VS Code, and we will use the OpenRouter. So using OpenRouter, here we just use the base URL, uh, and add the API key for the same way how we added. So how do we get the API for OpenRouter? You come here, go to settings, and you can see your managers, or from here you can actually go to keys. My bad. Go to keys, or from here, the API keys, both the same. Now you can just create an API key from here, like testing. Again, we'll just give a name. I don't have any credits. Create one. So now you have an API key for OpenRouter, one API key for all the LLMs that you can choose from your marketplace. Imagine this. From If you just pull in OpenRouter, then you specify whether it is OpenAI, GPT-5, or Grok as free. So you can choose from. So same way, we add the uh, just like that, we add our OpenRouter API key, and we keep on testing from this code. We are using Groq AI, and we can just get this output, the same output we just specify. So that's what OpenRouter. So imagine now we have three platforms at this moment. I can say we have around 55 free available models that are there from OpenRouter. And let's imagine the same models that we saw in Grok are available in OpenRouter. So we have still 55 and one API from Google. So we have 56 LLMs that we can use for different use cases and different usages. So I hope you had a great understanding about API, the free APIs. And from now on, please do not use Anthropic's Claude or OpenAI. Uh, if it is not required, you can use based on your use cases and use free LLMs whenever you are. And remember, these are not any small models. These are actually frontier models for each of these uh, LLMs. Google is actually free for you now. So I hope we'll see in the next video with some new interesting videos. So stay tuned. Thank you.